Lions TV, this is your post-match analysis video for yesterday's 3-0 home defeat against Coventry City at the Den after the dream starts for new manager Joe Edwards at Sheffield Wednesday last time out. It quickly turned to a nightmare as our poor run of form at the Den continued. As always, let's kick off the show by taking a look at the 11 that Joe Edwards picked to start the match. Okay, and understandably, the gaffer went with an unchanged side from the team that absolutely annihilated Sheffield Wednesday 2 weeks previous before the international break. It was Balkowski in goal, 4 at the back, Murray Wallace left back, Jake Cooper and Wes Harding with a central defence pairing, Brooke Norton-Cuffy right back, George Saville and Casper De Norre in the centre of midfield, Zian Fleming in a 10, and then it was Tom Bradshaw as a central striker with George Honeyman one side and Brian Longman the other. I don't know where to start with this. Lots of questions that I want to ask. First and foremost, I'm going to completely defend the new manager. Of course I am. And I was very disappointed. I said this in my full-time reaction. I think it was frustration more than anything yesterday. People booing at full-time. There is points that I want to pick up. It is very, very early in the Joe Edwards reign. And as we know, and I've said a million times, and you know you're not stupid yourselves, he cannot do anything until January, until he has a new bunch of players. Is that the team I would have gone with? Well, look, off the back of a 4-0 win, you can't really argue with that, can you? It just shows you the topsy-turvy world of Millwall Football Club that the new manager can win his first game 4-0 and then lose his second by 3 goals. You know, it could have been 6 or 7, in all honesty, on reflection, if it wasn't for the big man between the sticks. But I don't feel it was totally outplayed. However, the chances are there. The clear-cut chances created by the opposition were there to be seen. They was coming into the game off the back of, I think it was no wins in 5 or 1 win in 5, not scoring many goals at all. So is it now a little bit of a thing? It's just a hoodoo hanging over us. I'm not sure if it's just a thing and it's embedded in the player's mindset, if you like. He's trying to get him to play in a way that he wants to play. He says the right things. I love everything he says. There was an interview with his assistant, Andy Myers, on social media as well on Friday, and they seem to have completely absorbed and taken on board the Millwall way and seem to understand it, and they want to play a certain way. They want to get bums off seats at the Den, and they want to take the games to team. So I think we did that in the first 20 minutes. However, I did say this as well. We're going to get a lot of our questions or maybe inhibitions we had about the previous manager. We're now going to get those answered. You know, is it the players not good enough? Or is it the manager not letting them play? Can we get this group of players to play? Is there too many similar types of players? Have we got good players? Because someone commented yesterday on one of our posts and said, all this bollocks about we've got a really good squad. We haven't. So look, I don't know the answers. It's all up for debate. I'll take you through my thoughts. You can let me know in the comments. But no arguments going into the game. As I said, unchanged side off the back of a 4-0 win. He was never going to change it. We was never going to reach those heights again. Straight off the bat in the second game, I did predict a 2-0 win, and that went horribly, horribly wrong for me. I was exhausted yesterday game. Still had a bad bout of jet lag. Couldn't think what it's called then. Yeah, jet lag. My mind's still a little bit scrambled, and it didn't help. I just come home yesterday, got straight under the blanket on the sofa, and just sort of sat there sulking. So not the start we wanted at the Den. And how will we change it? Well, look, first and foremost, he can only go with the players that he's got. Okay, that's obvious to a blind man. But I did think that you'd see a lot more of Billy Mitchell, a lot more of Romain Esse, a lot more of Idemo Amaku. I even thought you might see Nino Abdelmalaki, really good player at left back. And we do badly need, if Joe Bryan's not going to stay fit, a new left back. Murray Wallace, his 200th game for the club yesterday. I'm going to be quite harsh at points in this video. So just brutally honest. Hopefully that is one of his last, because he's been brilliant for us, but he's not at it anymore. He's gone beyond it. Him, along with a few others, I've said this in previous videos, sort of coming to the end of their time frame. And I don't really feel you can blame the new manager or the old one for that, because Rowett, as we always know, we defended him at points, and well, he hasn't got his own players. He got a lot of his own players in, forward-thinking ones, but a lot of the existing backline, Bart, Hutchinson, Cooper, Murray Wallace, they're all still Neil Harris's players. And I think that's where it's going to stem from, with Joe Edwards wanting to play out of the back. We did try to do that in the opening 20 minutes, okay? We did retain the ball. We did have Coventry chasing us instead of us chasing them. We did play around the back a lot, but we did play higher up in better areas as well. But as well as it clicked last week at Sheffield Wednesday, the complete opposite. And again, now, is this the players or is this the management? The inconsistency, not even 2 or 3 games, but between 1:45 and the second 45. How can they do what he wanted them to do so well at Sheffield Wednesday, but then on polar opposite yesterday? Yes, Sheffield Wednesday weren't great. Bottom of the table, lost again yesterday to Birmingham, give Wayne Rooney his first win as Birmingham manager. But I don't care how bad a team supposedly are in this division. You don't go there and win 4-0, win as emphatically as we did at Sheffield Wednesday. If they're, it's a good performance, put it that way. Regardless of where they are in the league and where they are in form-wise, it's a good win away. Any win in this division, especially away from home, especially by that scoreline, is good news. It's very, very good. So the players yesterday, they were at it for the first 20 minutes. It was almost cute to see. I was like, oh, bless them. Look, they're knocking it around the back finally. Wes Harding, Jake Cooper. It was a lot of interchanging, but not really going anywhere at a very slow pace passing, I thought, in my opinion, without really hurting Coventry at all. But look, it was good to see us trying to do that. But as I said a minute ago, I thought you was going to see a lot more of the Billy Mitchells, the Nino Abdelmalakis, the Romain Essays. Of course, he's worked with Romain Essay before at England under 19 level. I don't feel, and maybe his hands are tied. He's stuck with his players. I've said it about 5 times in this video already. He's stuck with the players he's got. However, there is other players there that he hasn't played. And I thought, and maybe I've been naive, I thought we'd go all out, youngsters, try and embed something new into the younger players and build a squad going forward for next season. I still don't think we'll go down. And I think the main objective this season will be solely to stay up. Not we're fantastic, but there's worse teams than us in the division. They proved that again yesterday. Sheffield Wednesday, QPR. Rotherham got a good point against Leeds on Friday night. But I just thought he would do something different. He's gone to 4 at the back. I thought he'd completely freshen it up, and he hasn't really stuck with pretty much what Gary Rowett would have gone with in this situation, barring maybe Alan Campbell, who seemed to get a game every week under Rowett. So I don't know. I just thought he'd change it slightly, but maybe he's tried to, and it's going to take time. Maybe, as our sponsor, Mr. Regal Elevator, said yesterday, you can't polish a turd. So is it the players? Have we got great players, and the managers can't get them to play, or are our players actually shit? If we go through the team, and I'm brutally honest, Bulkowski was brilliant yesterday. And, of course, up until about a season and a half ago, absolutely, he would have been first choice, one of the top goalkeepers in the Championship, without doubt. Brooke Norton-Cuffy is good coming forward, but he's gone missing many a time when it comes to the defence. That's nothing against him. He's an Arsenal only. Are you going to go to the next level with Norton-Cuffy at right back? That's probably the question I'm asking. No. Murray Wallace, no. Jake Cooper, no. Hurts me to say that. Wes Harding, as good as he's been for us, no. These are all sort of average Championship players now, I'd say, at best. Denor, yes, probably one of the few. Saville, maybe if he was, again, similar to Bulkowski, if he was a few years younger, then you could say yes, but at the age he's at, you'd say no. Zian Fleming looks like he's been absolutely pumped up during the international break. Looks like he's put on a good couple of stone. Flits in and out of games. Tom Bradshaw, a lot of hate for Tom Bradshaw yesterday online. Look, he scores goals if you feed him the ball, okay? If you ask someone to shoot some bullets out of a gun but don't give him any bullets, then there's nothing they can do. He runs around a lot. He works tirelessly, but he is a centre forward that scores goals. And if he's not getting any ammo, then he can't score goals. Simple as that. You've got your wide men, Honeyman. I'm going to say this, and a lot of you won't like it. I think Honeyman's absolutely shit. No, he's not shit. He's not shit. He tries hard and he runs around a lot, but he's not very good. He's not got any final product. Longman, I really like when he first comes to the club. He already looks shot to bits. So it's difficult. It is difficult for the manager to implement his style of play. Would he be better off in the here and now, looking at what he's got and doing a Rowett, really? Because I think that was Gary Rowett's claim almost, that, this is the players I've got, this is the budget I've got, this is the best I can get out of the players that I have got, and this is how we're going to have to play. I think Rowett will play the way he played, regardless of if you give him £100 million. So that sort of cancels that argument for me. But I think maybe the gaffer maybe it's good that he's setting his ways. This is how we play, and whether I've got these players till January and they can do it or not, that is the mantra I'm instilling at this club, because a lot of them I don't think can do what he wants to do. And after about 20 minutes yesterday, I'm not sure what we was really supposed to be doing. If I'm honest, any pace we had going forward sort of ceased. We didn't get any sort of patterns of play or good deliveries into the box for our centre forward, who can't shoot if he ain't got the football at his feet with the opportunity to do so. I don't know. Look, Bradshaw was ripping down trees last year, as was Fleming. We got Nisbet in. We sort of changed the dynamic, and Rout went with two up front early, and then Nisbet got injured, and I don't know. We just haven't got going yet this season, and I'm not sure why. Maybe the league's improved this season. Better teams coming up, really good teams coming down, and all the ones in between getting better players. So have we got a good squad? I don't know. Let me know in the comments. I'll just give you my opinions on some of the players. We've got good young players. Would it be too much to throw them in right here, right now? Too much responsibility at their feet? Too much pressure on them? I would say go for it. I did think that Joe Edwards would go for it. But at the minute, it's just sort of existing and carrying on with what Rowett's done. He's not really implemented anything really different other than going forward at the back. He's not trying to play a really different way from anything that I've seen. And I'm not knocking him. As we know, as I said, his hands are tied. So very, very difficult. But after about 20 minutes, we sort of run out of steam. We went into Rowett mode a bit, and people stopped getting forward and stopped having ideas and stopped having any cohesion with each other. There is one where George Honeyman, I actually think now, looking back at the highlights, that George Honeyman means that. He dinks one over to the back post. There was only Longman over there. And I don't think he was sort of looking that well. I think he's gone for the chip. Very unlucky. Hits the post and come out. And although Coventry got forward on a few occasions, I don't feel they outplayed us in that first half. If you actually look, okay, we've had that one where Honeyman's hit the post, and we've had another one where Fleming's laid it back to Saville, and Saville struck, and the keeper saved it. Two good saves from their keeper. At the other end of the pitch, of course, you've got Bart's made 4 or 5. The first one-on-one, where we get exposed straight through the middle. Jake Cooper gets done for pace. Flat ball straight through the middle, far too easy. Bart comes out and makes a really good save with his hands. Then there's another one from distance. Bart gets down again and saves it, and Harding gets there first, scrambles it clear. And then the one where Norton Cuffy almost scores an own goal, and Bart sort of gets his foot on it and turns it around the post. Then, other than that, of course, the only one was the goal. They pulled us apart. They broke quick. I have noticed, I noticed a lot different, that Edwards is committing forward a lot more, which is what I wanted, which is, I'm sure, a lot of you wanted. So I can't really complain too much. But when you commit that many people forward and you can't get back quick enough, it leaves gaping holes. And what Coventry did do, although they didn't dominate possession in the first half, in my opinion, they broke very well, very quickly, and very efficiently. And it's the goal that comes from that, overloading us over to our left-hand side, 3-on-2. They get their execution right, what they're trying to do. Strike, Bart gets his foot down. Great save. And this is the point where I will say we were slightly unlucky, because it flips up in the air and it could have gone anywhere. And it lands, I think, right on, is it Gooden's head? And he heads it in for 1-0. And then that's half-time. Come out in the second half. I actually backed us at 13-2 at half-time. I took my boy into it as well. So we put a score on Millwall 13-2 to come back and win the game, because I just felt there was that new bounce about the place. But looking on social media after the game and this morning, I don't think a lot of you felt the same. Said it's completely dead. It's not the den I've ever known for a lot of the younger people that, watch Millwall now. And it was a difficult watch in the second half. We did sort of start to get back into it in patches, and the substitutions came. Honeyman off, Longman off, Emaku on, Watmore on. Watmore looked really good when he come on. Emaku, he's had one game up front, looked like a well-beat. I don't know, he's going to tear trees down. Not played up front since. I don't know if going 2 up front is the answer. I'm not sure. It's not for me to decide or know the answers to that, because that's not what I'm paid to do. I'm paid to talk bollocks to you lot and moan about it the next day. But Watmore looked really good when he come on, but we find this a lot. It's changed something to Tyler Bury and others. They come off the bench, Mason Bennett. They look really good, because what we've seen so far has not been very good. So now, when they're coming off the bench, they're looking like they're fucking a level above. And Watmore did look really good. He's a little bit. I love Watmore. Wanted just to sign him. Was buzzing when we did sign him. He's a little bit of a nearly man. He nearly gets that final ball right. He nearly gets past that last defender. And I don't know, if we got too many players, I was of the opinion we had good players, good young players. But if we got too many similar types of players, I honestly don't know the answer. I usually think I know the answer. And right now, I don't know the answer. I'm trying to work it out in my own head. And I'm just sort of throwing ideas out there for you. Like, if anyone's got any ideas, don't be shy to share them in the comments. I'm sure you definitely will do that. But look, we started to maybe get back into it. Denor and Saville both with long-range shots that could have got us back into the game. And then we get done by a sucker punch. It was very, and I hate to keep saying it, it was very Rowett-esque. And 3 seems to be the magic number, doesn't it? At home, Swansea, Leeds, and again yesterday. The Coventry breakaway, again, they're very well-drilled. They're very quick with their ideas and their execution. And the fact that the guys are allowed to run free range in and around the penalty area, and it's a brilliant left-footed shot. It's an absolute brilliant save from Bulkowski. And as it drops out, I mean, Murray Wallace, it wasn't his man. It wasn't his man, Murray Wallace. He was running in with someone. He sort of turned around. But the way that Murray Wallace tiptoes towards it, I'm not putting the complete blame at Murray Wallace because there should be others there reacting. Help your fucking goalkeeper out. It's already happened once in the first half and it's cost us. And he's made another brilliant save. So let's react quicker. We did seem to have very good shape at the back yesterday. And we're punished. And it's harsh to say, but it's just the truth. It was absolutely pathetic from Murray Wallace, what he actually tried to do. He turned around and sort of half threw his toe at it, half turned his back. And he's not afraid to get stuck in. We know that. And that's it. Coventry are 2-0 up. After that, we could have played for another till next Saturday. And we wouldn't have won the game. Of course, we was 2-0 down at home against them last season, ironically. And as I said, we could have played till next Saturday. Sorry if my voice is I've got a bit of a funny ear and ulcers in my mouth. It looks like I've been on a stag do, not 10 days in paradise in Mexico. And then, yeah, you knew we weren't getting back into it after that. The crowd again lost interest, a few boos, which was disappointing. And then the third goal is just the sort of everyone's had enough, get us out of here. Corner almost goes straight in, and someone gets in front of Saville and smashes it in almost on the goal line. Back down to earth with an absolute bang. I didn't think that was coming. I sort of jumped on the bandwagon and got excited and said we win the game 2-0, which obviously we didn't. And as I said before, there is lots and lots of work to do, and it is going to be a long and cold winter. Winter is coming. It's going to be like Game of Thrones as well, because it's going to seem like it lasts a fucking lifetime. We can't do anything till January. It doesn't seem at the minute like he's venturing too far away from what Gary Rowett would have done and the players he would have picked. He obviously thinks they're the best available to him. I think you'll probably see Watmore get a start on Wednesday against Ipswich. But that's another video for another day. Fuck me, we'll go to Ipswich, high flying on Wednesday. But look, that's your post-match analysis done. I don't really know what else to say other than that, because I genuinely don't know the answers. I always think I do, and even if I'm wrong, at least I give my opinions and back those opinions. At the minute, I don't know. I don't know. Look, and he needs time, etc., etc. But is it the players? Why is there no consistency with the players? Why have we not changed it a million miles from what Rowett was doing and the personnel that he was using? Because there is other and younger players there. And have we got good players? Are these players good players? Have we got a strong squad? I don't know. Let me know in the comments, and I'll be back tomorrow for an Ipswich preview. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday, what's left of it. And of course, please subscribe to Lions TV. Come on, you Lions.